Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a brand new video for you guys today. A warning sign of Donald Trump's poll ratings show that he is dipping massively. In a new reporting to Politico, why is that? Let's figure that out in today's video. This article, like I said, is by Politico from the White House, titled Warning Signs for Trump in New Polling. And the article is by Jessica Piper. And the article reads, Donald Trump's honeymoon may be wearing off. New polling shows a majority of Americans, my editorial edition, say he has overstepped in his presidential authority and hasn't done enough to address high prices. Two new polls from CNN and SSRS and the Washington Post and Ipsos show the GOP president's approval rating underwater, 47% to 52% in the CNN poll, 45 to 53% in the Post poll. A shift from polling earlier this year that found voters roughly divided on him, with some surveys even showing a positive approval rating. One reason for the erosion of support is a slight majority of respondents in both surveys said that Trump has overstepped his presidential power in his attempts to reshape the federal government, driven by tech billionaire Elon Musk. Many of Trump's most controversial, earlier initiatives, including a sweeping spending freeze, has been blocked in court thus far. But the new administration has still made waves and layoffs of federal workers, cuts to federal contracts, and a flood of executive orders, many of which whom are illegal. My editorial edition. Those activities haven't been popular in the new polling found. In the Post survey, for example, 58% of respondents opposed laying off large numbers of federal workers, and Musk, Trump's most high-profile advisor, is not getting good marks either. Just 34% of respondents in the poll from Post approved of Musk's role in the federal government, while 54% of respondents in the CNN poll said that it was a bad idea for Trump to have given the SpaceX CEO a prominent role in his administration. My editorial edition. Americans also remain skeptical of Trump's handling of issues in the public. Has long said, has long said is among the most prominent high prices. In the CNN survey, 62% of respondents, including 47% of Republicans, said the president has not done enough to try to reduce the prices of everyday goods. And tariffs, perhaps Trump's signature economic issue so far, are not seen as a solution. 69% of respondents in the Washington Post poll said that tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China would make products in the U.S. more expensive. Quote, despite the doom and gloom headlines from news organizations like yours, the American people actually feel great about the direction of the country, end quote. The White House, Deputy Press Secretary Harrison Fields said in a statement, quote, what's to hate? We are undoing the widely unpopular agenda of the previous office holder, uprooting waste, fraud, and abuse, and chugging along on the great American comeback, end quote. Firstly, ladies and gentlemen, I have to fact check this deputy secretary, who clearly is not knowledgeable or knows what the hell he is talking about. He is clearly uneducated like Caroline Liv Hewitt, and the rest of Donald Trump's administration. Because that agenda of the previous administration was not unpopular. Continuing with the article. Trump posted on Truth Social Friday morning asserting that he, quote, the best polling numbers I've ever had, quote, while railing against Democrats. That again is another lie, ladies and gentlemen. This apparently is the best polling that he's had. Bullcrap. The new polling was not all bad news for Trump. Support for him is still a few points higher than it was at this point in his first presidential term, when he entered office, having lost the popular vote, and his approach, on immigration has been earned higher marks, than his handling of economic efforts to shrink the federal government. Trump is also not the only one drawing ire. Nearly 3/4 of Democrats and Democratic-leaning adults in the CNN poll said congressional Democrats weren't doing enough to check the GOP president. And in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the CNN and SSRS polling surveyed 1,206 U.S. adults from February 13th to February 17th and had a margin of error of 3.1% percentage points. The Washington Post and Ipsos polling surveyed 2,601 of adults from February 13th to February 18th and had a margin of error of 2.1%. That is going to do it for today's legal breaking update, ladies and gentlemen, and today's video. Before I do end today's video, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, please do feel free to follow me on my socials down below. That'll be linked. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Threads. There you guys can be updated instantly on when I posted a brand new video to the channel. Please help me reach the channel goal of 100 plus subscribers. The reason why I'm saying 100 plus subscribers is because we have more subscribers to get to after we reach the goal of 100 subscribers. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so very much for tuning into today's legal breaking update. Please do consider liking, subscribing, as well as sharing if you did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys and speak to you guys in the next legal breaking reporting. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and please stay safe and warm during this wintry, weathery conditions that we're currently having.